O my Jesus, I humbly bow before your divine presence. May your most loving heart help me to meditate on the 24 hours of your most sorrowful passion. In that passion, you wanted to suffer so much for our love in your adorable body and in your most holy soul, even unto death on the cross. O give me help, grace, love, profound compassion, and understanding of your sufferings as I now meditate this hour. For those hours that I cannot meditate, I offer you my desire to meditate them. Accept my intention to meditate on all the hours, even when I must sleep or perform my duties. O merciful Lord Jesus, united with you, grant that my intention may be profitable for me and for many, as if I had effectively carried out what I desire to do. I give you thanks, O my Jesus. I thank you for calling me to union with you in your prayer. To please you, I take your thoughts, your tongue, and your heart. I want to pray with them. I want to fuse myself in your will and in your love. I extend my arms to embrace you. I rest my head on your heart, and I begin. The 2 p.m. hour, the third hour of agony on the cross. The fifth word, I thirst. My crucified dying Jesus, embracing the cross to hold up your limbs, which are about to come apart, I feel the fire that burns all your most holy body. Your heart pounds so violently that it pushes up your dislocated ribs. It torments you so cruelly that your most sacred heart is transformed and becomes unrecognizable. The love that inflames your hearts parches and burns your whole body. Unable to contain it, you want to give one last witness to the creature. You feel the fierce torment, not only your bodily thirst from the shedding of your blood, but, much more, your burning thirst for the salvation of our souls. You would drink us all like water, swallowing us into you to keep us safe in you. You gather your fading strength and you cry, I thirst. Oh, you repeat these words to every heart. I thirst for your will, for your affections, for your desires, and for your love. You could not give me water more fresh and pleasant than your soul. Ah, do not make me burn. I am burning with thirst. Not only do I feel my tongue and my throat burn so that I can no longer speak, but I also feel my heart and my organs drying up. Have pity on my thirst. Have pity. Delirious from the side effects of your immense thirst, you abandon yourself to the will of the Father. My heart can no longer bear to see the wickedness of your enemies. Instead of water, they give you gall and vinegar, and you do not refuse them. Oh, I understand. It is the gall of our sins, it is the vinegar of our unmuted passions that they give to you. Instead of relieving you, it makes you burn even more. Oh my Jesus, I give you my heart, my thoughts, and my affections. I give you my whole being to refresh you and to refresh your parched and bittered mouth. My Jesus, I give you all that I am and all that I possess. If my pains can help to save even one of these souls, here I am. I am ready to suffer everything. I offer myself completely to you. Do within me as you please. I want to make reparation for all the souls that become lost. I want to make up for the pain that some souls inflict on you when you allow them to experience exhaustion, sadness, or abandonment, and instead of offering them to you to relieve the scorching thirst that devours you, they lose heart and increase your sorrow. The sixth word, it is finished. My dying good, the interminable ocean of your sorrow, the fire that consumes you, and, most of all, the supreme will of the Father that decrees your death is the supreme law to you. All I have left is the hope that you will continue to live. Oh, how will I live without you? Your strength is gone, your eyes glazed, your face transformed and veiled with a deathly paleness. You partly open your mouth, and your labored, uneven breath make me feel that you cannot revive. The fire that burns you gives way to an icy chill, and a cold sweat covers it. The intensity of the pain and the piercing of the nails force your muscles and nerves to contract more and more. Your nail wounds continue to tear. I tremble and I feel I am dying. I look at you, my good Jesus, and I see the last tears falling from your eyes, announcing your imminent death. My Jesus, Jesus mine, what pain. And I see that you open your lips again to say, it is finished. Oh my Jesus, you are completely consumed, you have nothing left. Your love has reached its goal. But am I completely consumed for your love? What thanks I owe you. How grateful I should be to you, oh my Jesus. Though I want to make reparation for everyone for their lack of response to your love, though I want to make up for the insults you receive from souls, even as you are consumed on the cross for love of them, yet I can do nothing for you. The seventh word. Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. My crucified, dying Jesus, you are about to breathe the last breaths of your mortal life. As I fly over your most holy humanity, I feel it already becoming rigid. Your heart no longer beats. If I hear a heartbeat, it is so faint that I am not sure you are dead, and I cry and rant. Could my life really have died? With Mary Magdalene, I embrace your feet. I would almost want to embrace you, kiss you, and hug you, and I would give my life to revive you. Oh Jesus, I am shocked. I see you move and reopen your dying eyes. From the cross, you look around as if you want to say your last goodbye to everyone. You look at your dying mother, who no longer moves or speaks because of her sorrow, and you say, "Goodbye, Mother. I am leaving, but I will keep you in my heart. Take care of my children and yours." You look at weeping Mary Magdalene and faithful John, and with your eyes you say goodbye to them. You look at your very enemies with love, and with your eyes you say to them, "I forgive you, I give you the kiss of peace." Nothing escapes your gaze. You say goodbye to everyone and you pardon everyone. You gather all your strength, and with a strong and resonant voice, "Father, into your hand I commend my spirit." Then you bow your head and you die. My Jesus, you have died. At this cry, all nature trembles and weeps over your death, the death of its creator. The earth quakes violently and seems to weep with its tremor. It seems you want to shake souls to make them recognize you as true God. The veil of the temple is torn, the dead rise, and the sun, which has wept over your suffering, now withdraws, and its light gives the last kisses to your humanity. At your cry, your enemies fall on their knees, beat their breasts, and confess, "Truly, he is the Son of God." Paralyzed with grief, your dying mother suffers pains worse than death because she is not dying. My Jesus, with your cry, you place all of us within yourself in the hands of the Father, so that he may not reject us. You not only cry out with your voice, but with all your pains and blood, "Father, into your hands I commend my soul and all souls." My Jesus, I too abandon myself in you. Give me the grace at least to die entirely in your love and in your will. I pray you never to let me leave your most holy will in life or in death. At this time, I want to make reparation for all those who do not abandon themselves perfectly to your most holy will, those who lose or diminish the precious fruit of your redemption. O my Jesus, how deeply your heart grieves on seeing so many creatures flee from your arms, seeking to love only themselves. O my Jesus, in these last moments, call all souls around you, press them to your heart, while I come out of it and go over your wounds with my last kisses, asking your forgiveness once more, and promising to always love you here on earth, and never to offend you again. My Jesus, I kiss your head crowned with thorns, I ask your pardon for my so many thoughts of pride, ambition, and self-esteem. I promise you that every time that a thought comes to me that is not all for you, my Jesus, and I find myself on the verge of offending you, I will cry immediately, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O Jesus, I kiss your beautiful eyes, still bathed in tears and covered with clotted blood. I ask your pardon for all the times that I have offended you with evil and immodest looks. I promise you that whenever my eyes fall on earthly things, I will cry immediately, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O my Jesus, I kiss your most sacred ears, deafened right to the last moments by insults and horrible blasphemies. I ask your forgiveness for all the times that I have listened to or made others listen to conversations that draw us away from you, and for the countless evil conversations that creatures engage in. I promise you that every time I find myself in danger of hearing inappropriate talk and am about to drown out your voice that speaks loudly into my heart, I will cry immediately, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O my Jesus, I kiss your most holy face, pale and bruised and covered with blood. I ask your forgiveness for all the jeers, insults, and outrages that you receive for all the times that vile creatures tread your most holy face underfoot, afflicting you with their sins. I promise you that every time I am tempted not to give you glory, love, and adoration, I will cry immediately, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O my Jesus, I kiss your most sacred mouth. You have already breathed your last breath, and as I approach you, I see your mouth all parched and embittered. I ask your pardon for all the times that I have offended you with my sinful conversations, and for as many times as I have grieved you and increased your thirst. I promise that whenever the thought comes to me to say things that could offend you, I will immediately cry out, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O my Jesus, I kiss your most holy neck. I still see the marks of the chains and ropes that cut and oppressed you. I ask forgiveness for the bonds and attachments of so many souls which formed ropes and chains for your most sacred neck. I promise you that whenever I feel disturbed by my attachments, desires, or affections that are not entirely for you, I will cry immediately, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O Jesus, I kiss your most holy back. As you lay nailed to the cross, I can easily see how they mangled your most holy body. How deep are your wounds and how they hurt, made worse as they are by the cold. I ask your pardon, Jesus, for the countless illicit satisfactions and innumerable sins committed with our five senses. I promise that every time the thought comes to me to take some pleasure or satisfaction that is not for your glory, I will cry immediately, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. My Jesus, I kiss your most holy breast. I feel it gasping and out of breath. So strong is the love that consumes you, that like a red-hot iron, it burns whoever touches you. O Jesus, I ask your pardon for all the coldness, indifference, apathy, and horrendous ingratitude that you receive from creatures. I promise you that whenever I grow cold in your love, I will immediately cry out, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O my Jesus, I kiss your most sacred hands. They enclose all our actions, and with your most holy works and the most bitter pains you have endured, you atone for ours. Jesus, I ask your forgiveness for all evils and indifferent works, and for the countless acts made evil by self-love or self-admiration. I promise you that whenever the thought comes to me not to work solely for your love, I will immediately cry out, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O my Jesus, I kiss your most holy feet. I ask your pardon for the innumerable steps and paths taken without a right intention. I ask pardon for the many souls who abandon you to seek earthly pleasures. I promise you that whenever the thought comes to me to move away from your most holy feet, I will immediately cry out, Jesus and Mary, I commend my soul to you. O Jesus, I kiss your most sacred heart, and as I do so, I enclose myself in it. These are the final instants of your mortal life, and you would like to gather all souls in your hand and take them with you. But, Jesus mine, as I enclose myself within your heart, I take first place in it, and I together with your love, your suffering, and your will, I intend to enclose in it all souls that you have redeemed, so that everyone may be saved, excluding none. O Jesus, nothing is denied in one's last moments. As you are about to draw your last breath, I ask you the grace to allow me to die with you, or at least grant me your heart as my chamber, your blood as my drink, all of you as my food. Otherwise, how could I live without you? O Jesus, enclose me in your heart, and close the doors for me that I may see nothing but you. I promise you that every time I am tempted to leave your sacred heart, I will immediately cry out, Jesus and Mary, I give you my heart and my soul. Reflection for the 2 p.m. hour. Jesus is consumed with thirst. His tongue is parched, as if so great a thirst had changed it into a tongue of fire. And can I say that I am consumed with love for Jesus? Do I have a burning thirst for Jesus? Do my thoughts and affections always seek to refresh him in his ardent thirst? Or do I thirst for material things? Sometimes, when the will calls the souls, they are turned in another direction, and even if they desire good things, it is still for their own interest. And so they are not in accord with the will, and the will is left alone. Unable to agree with the wishes and the affections, the will cannot form a cordon around Jesus so as to plunge him to grant what the will wants. When the cordon around him is not complete, we cannot face divine justice. To complete it, I must first of all weave all of myself in Jesus Christ, then multiply myself in every drop of his blood, in every pain and prayer of Jesus, so that justice will find their full support. Then I will pour myself into all creatures, touching their drops of blood with drops of blood of Jesus, the sores in their souls with the sores of Jesus to heal them. I will touch the sorrows with those of Jesus, that they may draw comfort. I will multiply myself in each and every offense, offering an act of reparation for each one of them. With Jesus' voice, I will cry into every heart that I may bring all of them to him. And weaving myself into Jesus and into all creatures, my cordon will be complete. I will place it around Jesus, that his divine justice may find complete fulfillment and satisfaction. And, daringly, I will disarm his justice, and I will ask his justice for souls, and he will not be able to deny them to me, because all justice is satisfied in Jesus. The Lord wants all souls to be saved, but also wants the claims of justice to be secure. When justice finds satisfaction in souls, it gives up its claims and saves souls. Thus, the fire grows only when there is complete agreement in our interior. Our steadfastness in being good nourishes the fire and makes us bold with the divine heart, imploring what he himself wants. O thirst of souls, can I say that you are my predominant passion? And if you are not, it means that I am not entirely united to you. My agonizing Jesus, pour your thirst into me, that I may become a tongue of fire like you. Jesus thirsts, and unable to endure the thirst that consumes him, he says, all is consummated. Then Jesus is completely consumed for us. Do I make every effort in all I do to be continuously consumed for love of Jesus? Or do I let something seep into me that could frustrate the consummation between myself and Jesus? Every thought, word, and deed of Jesus brought him to this consummation. Does my every thought, word, and deed work together to prod me to consume myself for love of Jesus? In Jesus, everything was boundless, the glances, the words, the suffering. And as in Jesus, so in us also everything should be boundless in our love for him. Each additional act that my Jesus did was a consummation that he offered to his Father and then gave to us. Can we say that each one of our acts is an act of consummation on behalf of Jesus? We want to send our sufferings flying over the cross of Jesus to keep company with his sufferings, and that he may share his fire with us. And while our sufferings keep Jesus company and are crucified with him, we shall say to him, Jesus, I want to repeat your acts. I want my sufferings to increase in value, the same duty that you discharged on the cross toward your Father and toward all souls. Jesus will be so happy that he will transform his path into ours, will give us the same effects, and in a sort of sweet enchantment will pull our heart close to his. And I find relief for his pains in ours, so that as I suffer, I hasten to send my sufferings on the cross to Jesus. And may he, in turn, enrapturing by my suffering, find a succor in him. Often, when we must attend to material chores that are supposedly necessary, such as work, rest, or taking food, it seems as if the consummation that Jesus still requires of us is interrupted. To remedy this, I shall say to him, See, O Jesus, while I am attending to these human chores, I protest because I want to go about them joined to yours. Be consumed just as you are consumed, thus forming between you and me so many binding links. May the breath of our consummation blow into my being and consume both of us. And while I am busy, I place my being upon your burning flames that arise, and if they see that I am interrupting the consummation between you and me, may these flames burn and consume me together with you. When pain takes hold of us, when we are mortified or sad, or especially when it seems that life would flee from us, it is especially in these junctures that we must join our consummation to that of Jesus Christ. But do we do it? Or do we divert God's desires away from us? When we suffer, we must think that Jesus is giving us suffering to form his consummation inside of us, because he wants to give us his form. And because he is good, he kindly places sorrows in our heart. And as our soul receives them, we must think that good Jesus is consuming all of his being to make himself live again in us. Thus, Jesus destroys our material being to form his image in us. In the suffering that burdens us, we take the same divine consummation and make it ours. We offer it to him until nothing of ours is left. None of our thoughts, turmoil, anxiety, or disorders. For when the soul keeps these anxious vigils, it prevents a true consummation, forming, as it were, a split flame. Every pain is a flame that destroys, and in consuming our being, it makes divine life be reborn in us. O Jesus, my sweet life, may your expended breath always breathe in my poor heart, so that I may receive the imprint of your consummation. On the cross, Jesus accomplishes the will of the Father in everything, and with a perfect act of abandonment into his most holy will, he takes his last breath. Do I accomplish the will of God in everything? Am I perfectly abandoned to his will, accomplishing it in his very arms, as if I wanted to make Jesus' will and the Father's will my own? Do I let myself go irrespective of whether something good or bad happens to me? Do I remain content with the mere assurance that I am abandoned into his most holy arms? Do I continuously die to myself for love of Jesus? Can I say that while living, that I no longer live? That I am dead to everything for the sake of living solely in the interest of Jesus and not for my own? In other words, do the things I think, desire, love, and do remind me of living for Jesus? So that in him I may put to death my words, my steps, my desires, and my thoughts? O my Jesus, may my death be a continuous death for your love, and may every death I undergo be a life that I long to give to every soul.
My beloved Jesus, you have called me to this hour of your passion to keep you company, and I have come. I seem to hear you in anguish, painfully praying, atoning, suffering, and pleading with the most moving and eloquent words for the salvation of souls. I try to follow you in everything. Now I owe you my most heartfelt thank you, and I bless you. Yes, O Jesus, I repeat my thank you thousands and thousands of times. I bless you for all that you have done and suffered for me and for everyone. I thank you and I bless you for every drop of blood you shed. I thank you for every breath and for every heartbeat and for every step. I thank you for every word, glance, affliction, and outrage that you had to endure. In everything, O my Jesus, I intend to give you thank you and I bless you. O my Jesus, let my soul send forth a continuous flow of thanksgiving and blessings to you, to draw down upon all of us the stream of your blessings and graces. O my Jesus, press me to your heart. With your holy hands, mark each particle of my being with your I bless you, so that nothing but continuous hymn of blessings flow from me to you. My sweet love, I rest in your heart. I am afraid to leave it. Is it not true that you will keep me there? Our heartbeats will continually touch, so that you will give me life, love, and close the inseparable union with you. Please, I beg you, my sweet Jesus, if you see that I am about to run from you at times, let your heartbeat accelerate in mine. Let your hands press me closer to your heart. Let your eyes look at me and pierce me with rays of fire, so that I may feel your presence and immediately return to union with you. O my Jesus, be on guard so that I may not exhaust you. I beg you to watch over me. O give me a kiss, embrace me, and bless me. Give me your most holy hands, so that I can do all that I must do, united with you.